Let's head to the Uncommon Grounds Coffeehouse in Saratoga Springs, New York, where our own environmental journalist Dale Willman is leading a discussion about bottled water. Let's listen in.
Americans consume more than 8 billion gallons of bottled water a year. Over the last 3 years, we've tripled our consumption of bottled water. It's a lot of bottled water, but there's starting to be a bit of a backlash. Some cities, the most notable is San Francisco, has banned bottled water from City Hall, and it's been quite successful. Should we ban bottled water?
It seems like it makes sense that our employees, if I were living in San Francisco, shouldn't waste money on bottled water. I think they should set an example for people and use less of it. The plastics in it are toxic. They're messing up the animals. They're messing up the people. And it's very expensive. It's wasteful. It's wasteful of energy. When you have a tap water there, you should just fill up your glass.
We have the safest drinking water in the world. In part, one of the reasons why we're drinking so much bottled water is we've begun to believe that the water coming out of our tap is not good for us.
But I think the reason for that is very simple. There's a profit motive. And that profit motive is going to make drinking water safer elsewhere in the world as well. We pay about 5 to 7 cents an ounce for water in a bottle, but we're only paying 2 to 3 cents an ounce for gasoline. So think about all the effort it takes to get oil out of the ground and filter and refine it and turn it into gas. Think about what effort it takes to turn on a tap and filter some water into a bottle. You know, the profit motive for these companies is huge. That protects the infrastructure. It ensures that in the future, we will actually have drinkable water in far greater places around the world than we do right now.
You're talking money, but we're talking health, we're talking environmental problems from the plasticizers and the plastic.
The health issue is something that I'm really fascinated by about this. You talked about the marketing aspect of this, Matt. And it really is a lot of marketing. The reality is tap water is generally safer to drink than bottled water. The standards are higher for tap water than it is for bottled water, and yet they're marketing as helping your health, improving your health by drinking bottled water. And I'm fascinated by that disconnect between reality and marketing image.
The system we have set up in North America is very simple. We sell beverages to people in bottles. And we don't sell them in glass bottles, and we usually sell them in bottles that have a deposit so that they are recycled. The issue with water, you know, is we're trying to tell people be healthier. We're trying to tell them don't drink so much soda, don't get diabetes, don't be obese. And yet we're going to deny them water in the mechanism by which they're used to drinking everything else.
If you could make a point that everybody on the planet could drink plastic bottled water and everybody would be healthier for it, I might go for it. But I don't think that's the case. The toxins from the plastic, the waste, the energy involved in making all those individual bottles and transporting them thousands of miles, our government needs to start setting examples and the standards for things, not being part of the problem. We need to be part of the solution.
We haven't even talked about the disposal costs, and that's a huge cost when you're talking about having to transport these bottles and then remove them and put them in the landfill someplace.
This all comes back again to the issue of deposits. I admit on this level, you know, corporate interests that are involved in bottling water and selling it, 9 times out of 10 do not want to see a recycling process because the bottles they use to put water in are a far lesser gauge of plastic than those that are used for soda, and that's because it's not carbonated. So they can get away with using this cheaper plastic bottle. Now the truth of the matter is, that's the issue we really should be talking about. Not should we ban bottled water, but why can't we get everybody on board with paying a deposit and having those bottles be returned and reused? And the thing is, you're not going to go from everybody's drinking out of a bottle to all of a sudden everybody is drinking beverages out of a tap. We need to use the conveyance that's already there. It's unrealistic to say we can do it.
We should use the conveyance that's there, which is a tap. You know, if you're in City Hall, there's a tap. You turn the tap on, you fill your glass full of water. And when did we as a society get so lazy and so weak that we can't even turn the tap on?
It's a good point, like turning on the tap is any amount of exercise at all. I'm going to get my exercise today. I'm going to go lift this up to a tap later on. Guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for doing the exercise.